So every Airbnb on the platform has two listings. There's the one that we write as hosts, and then there's the one that guests write in the reviews. And these two almost never match. And I'm going to show you a property right now where the gap between these two listings is so big, it's almost embarrassing. And here's the part that is a little bit hard for me to say. This is one of our properties. And y'all, I've been hosting for over a decade. We've hosted over 10,000 guests, multiple properties, hundreds of listings audited over the past year. And really, the truth about this thing is that your listing is never really finished. And that is because what we do as hosts is we publish the best version we have on day one. And then we wait for the data to come in. And you probably do this too, but we monitor our properties weekly. And from time to time, we will have to rewrite our listings as the pattern tells us to do so. And with this property, the pattern has gotten so loud that we can no longer ignore it. And I know that a lot of hosts never really get to this moment. They publish their listing and they never go back to read what guests actually write about it. But if you stay with me for the next 12 minutes or so, I'm going to show you exactly how to find this gap. Because here's what is happening across the industry. Every host writes a listing, title, description, amenities, photos. But that is the listing that you can control as a host. And I'm going to call that the written listing. But the moment your first guest writes a review, well, a second listing starts to form. And this listing is not on Airbnb's edit page. It lives underneath your listing in the review section. And y'all, this one is written by every guest that has ever stayed with you in their own words, saying in detail why they actually chose your property, what they actually got out of it, and what they're going to tell their friends about their stay. And I'm going to call that one your hidden listing. And most hosts have never read theirs. Instead, they've skimmed their reviews looking for star ratings. They've responded to compliments. They've gotten worried about complaints. But most hosts have not gone back and taken a real serious look at what guests are actually trying to tell them about what their property's for. This is one of our properties in St. Louis called the Chase off Grand. And this is a 5-bedroom historic home built in 1903 that sleeps about 14 people. We have about 60 reviews on this property, and it stands right now at about 4.9 stars. It is a guest favorite, and we have super host status. This is important context now, y'all. So looking at the numbers, we're doing okay with this one, or at least so I thought. But when I sat down and looked at the gap between what we wrote in this listing and what guests wrote in their reviews, I'm almost embarrassed to share these details. But let me walk you through it. This is what we wrote. The title says, "The Chase off Grand, Historic Charm in Vibrant Shaw." Shaw is a prominent neighborhood in St. Louis. Just a little bit more context. And the first line of the description says, "This captivating 5-bedroom gem offers a unique blend of historic charm and modern comfort in the heart of vibrant Shaw neighborhood." And pause for a second and read that sentence again, because if we're taking a step back and look at this, that sentence could really be on any historic Airbnb in any city in the country. You can swap Shaw for Charleston or Savannah or Old Town, and then nothing else would change. And our featured amenities for this listing is that it is a 5-bedroom. It has 2.5 baths, a fully equipped kitchen, super fast Wi-Fi, and a private deck. And y'all, that is our written listing. Now, let me show you the hidden listing. And this is what guests have been writing underneath that description for the last 2 years. And I'm gonna read y'all just a few of them. And here's the first one. This is Lisa from San Francisco. "We had a great stay in St. Louis for our college graduation. William was an easy and responsive host." Now, this next one is from Lydia. "William's home was warm and inviting for our weekend in town for my aunt's funeral." This next one is Camille from New York. "William's space is straight out of a magazine. The special weekend of my daughter's graduation. Hospitality unmatched." And this last one, this is Sandy from Kansas. "William was a perfect host. There was even a decked out Christmas tree with lights on when we arrived." What a lovely surprise. And y'all notice anything with these? Every single one of these, every single review names my partner, William. And it's not just those 4 reviews. Y'all, when we went back through all 60 reviews, William is named by guests in almost half of them. And when we swing back now to the written listings, William's name doesn't appear at all. Not once. 60 reviews, almost 30 of them name him by name. And this listing has a perfect 5-star score for communication. And y'all, nowhere in that listing did we tell our future guests what they're getting when they book our property. So to make it clear, that is a gap, and it gets bigger. And the reviews talk about graduations, wedding, a funeral, milestone birthday, a girls' reunion, a Christmas weekend with the tree already decorated when guests walked in. And y'all, none of those words appear in our written listing. Zero. And with this listing, we thought we were selling an historic property. We thought that that is actually what guests wanted. Instead, in looking at these reviews, we're selling a listing where people come to when something important is happening in their lives. And just to make it clear, we've been hiding that from the people who are looking for it. So here's what we did. We didn't change the house. We didn't change a single piece of furniture. We didn't shoot new photos. We didn't drop the price. Instead, we rewrote our written listing to match the hidden one. Now, let's make it clear. Let's put these side by side. Our old title, The Chase Off Grand Historic Charm in Vibrant Shaw. Our new title, William St. Louis House, Built for Moments That Matter, Sleeps 14. And look at what that new title is doing. It names William prominently in the title. That's because this is the single most mentioned word across 60 plus reviews. And the phrase moments that matter tells the family organizer that this house is for a wedding, a graduation, a reunion. And Sleeps 14, well, that really answers the most practical question that a potential guest will have in looking at this property. And so to really punch it home, this title isn't selling a property anymore. It really is making a promise to a specific person. All right, now watch what we do with the first line of the listing description. Now, this is our old text. This captivating 5-bedroom gem offers a unique blend of historic charm and modern comfort. And this is our new opening. This is the house you book when something is happening, a wedding, a graduation, the reunion you've been planning since last year, the funeral you didn't expect to be planning at all. What I want you to see is that every word in the new opening came directly from the guest review. We didn't have to get creative, y'all. This didn't require expert copy. We didn't invent a single word. We just listened to what guests were telling us from our 60 reviews on this property. And to push this a little further, we did the same thing with the amenities. Sleeps 14 became everyone under one roof, no splitting hotel rooms for the weekend that matters. The kitchen the family member who cooks will actually be happy in. Now, for the holiday decor one, y'all, this is a little bit more seasonal, but this one became Christmas trees already up when you arrive. And that is because guests have told us that these are the first things that they notice. And that last line, well, that is a direct quote from one of the reviews. All right, well, this is our house. Here's how you do it with yours. And I'm going to offer two ways to do it. One is a little bit quicker and one is a little bit more manual. But let's start with the manual one. You can do this by pulling every review, highlight the patterns, count the words. And really, that is how we did it the first time we did this exercise. It took us about 3 hours to do. But there's a much faster way to do this today. And I'm going to show you the exact prompt we used to do this in about 5 minutes or less. Okay, go and open ChatGPT in another tab. Paste in your Airbnb listing description, then go ahead and also add every review that you have currently. Don't make this hard. Go and copy those straight from your listing page. Then paste in the prompt. You can now see the exact prompt that we use right here on screen. And you can see that the prompt is fairly simple. We tell ChatGPT to act as a positioning strategist. We give it the listing, we give it the reviews, and then we ask for 5 things. 1, the 5 most repeated emotional words guests use. 2, the experiences that guests describe doing at our property. Now, not what they saw, what they did. And 3, the milestone events in which guests are using this property for. 4, anything that gets mentioned by name that doesn't show up in the listing description. And now finally, number 5, the single biggest gap between what the listing claims and what the reviews prove. And then we ask for a 1-sentence reframe of who the property's actually for. And that is the whole prompt. And when we ran it on the Chase Off Grand, here's what came back. The most repeated emotional words were warm, welcome, inviting, comfortable, cared for. And then for the experiences, folks shared family meals, game nights, holiday gatherings, wedding weekends, graduation celebrations. And then for the milestone events, nearly every review mentioned one. The name guests kept using over and over again in the reviews was William. And when we initially put this listing together, we thought we were selling an historic home in a pretty good neighborhood in St. Louis. Now, the data said we were selling something else entirely. And the one sentence reframe from ChatGPT gave us this. This is the house where people come to when something important is happening, hosted by someone they trust. And that sentence is actually more accurate than anything we'd written ourselves. And you may be wondering, okay, Seth, what do I do with this output once I get it? And once you get it, what you're going to do is you're going to pull up your written listing. You're going to find every place where the patterns ChatGPT surface don't appear. So the title, the first line, the top 3 amenities, your hero photo, description structure. So if a pattern shows up in 5 or more of your reviews, but doesn't appear once in your listing, well, that is a gap. That is revenue that you're potentially leaving on the table. And this is why I put together the Airbnb setup checklist. And most new hosts are overwhelmed. They may be in a situation where they walk through their house, they go through their property, and they're thinking, okay, they need hundreds of dollars in new furniture and items before their listing go live. A robe for every bedroom, a coffee station with 3 kinds of beans, welcome cookies, fancy soap, and honestly, most of those things don't move bookings. Most of those things don't impact guest reviews. Most of those things don't change a single thing that guests need to make a decision on your property. And so this checklist is going to tell you every single thing that you need before you go live. And frankly, some of the things that you can ignore because they don't matter. And you can go and grab it down below. Now, I want y'all to use the exact language that your guests gave you. Do not try to be clever in this instance. This is not the time to try to sound poetic. Use the words that your guests already provided to you in their reviews. Because here's the thing, your guests have already told you how to sell your own property. You just need to get that information pulled together and put it where a future guest can find it when they're making a decision on your property. And so here's what I want y'all to do, and then come back and tell me what you found once you ran this on your own property. Tonight, take the prompt that I showed you, run your listing through it, then drop the single biggest gap ChatGPT surfaced in the comments. And for us, the biggest gap that we found was William was nowhere in the listing, but his name came up in more than half of the reviews. And what did you find when you ran this on your property? Leave a comment down below. I'm going to come back and read and respond to all of these, because the difference between hosts who really break out of a plateau and hosts who don't, it almost always comes down to whether or not you've read your hidden listing. And I want to hear what yours is telling you. And if this video saved you a few hours of trial and error, I want to invite you to hit subscribe. Every single week, I'm putting out videos on this channel that tries to help hosts see what Airbnb is actually rewarding, what guests are actually responding to, and where really good listings quietly leave money on the table. And my goal is not to help you to become the biggest host in your market. It is to help you build an Airbnb business that is peaceful and profitable. And if that's the kind of host that you're trying to become, I'd love to have you in the collective. Go and hit like and subscribe. And yeah, when we first started running our listings through ChatGPT, we expected it to help us with positioning. What we didn't expect is how much it would change everything else. Pricing strategy, guest messaging, responding to some of those reviews that you really don't want to respond to, spotting the patterns hiding in your booking calendar, even something as important as some of those guests that we frankly should be screening out. And we've been running our Airbnb business through ChatGPT for over 2 years now, and it saved us hours every single week. And in this next video, I break down the biggest problems we use ChatGPT to solve in our business. And I provide the exact prompts that we use on each one of these problems. And if you're managing 1 or 2 properties while trying to hold down a full-time job, you don't have hours to spend on every single detail. So this is the video you watch next, because when you pair what you've learned in this video with that one, you're going to be ahead of 90% of the other hosts in your market. I'll see you over there.